I'm Zackery Nicolosi, and this is my creative process. Part 2, about me. I'm gonna break these up into sections for you, Grant. Sponsor me. 310 to Yuma. That's a movie. It's 210 to Yuma. All right. It's getting out of hand. Thank you so much for being here and listening to me talk about creative process and whatever that means. If you're here, you've either known me personally or you've come across something that I've done, something that I've created, and I just want to say thank you for taking the time and thank you for listening and showing all the support that you have. It means the world to me, and I know for sure I couldn't do any of this without you. So a little bit about me. I'm a film composer, and that can mean a lot of different things, but really it just means that I write music for films, short films, commercials, whatever it might be. At the end of the day, I want to score in Hollywood, and I want to work on big pictures and just be a part of that world and really help to create some really beautiful pieces of art. I don't have much of a creative process actually, and not being as prepared going into a project actually helps me to create new things. If I come into an idea of this is exactly how I want it to sound, it almost never comes out that way. So for me, when I create something, I sit down and I start playing. And when I finally come across something, whether it be after 2 minutes because it's a particularly good day, or several hours because it's hard to find a good idea that day, I just have to stay on it. Which brings me to the next thing is how do you stay creative? I get asked that question all the time. It's a daily habit for me. Sometimes it feels like a chore. Sometimes I really don't want to sit down and write music, but I know that at the end of the day, this is what I'm most passionate about. Just stay after it. Know what you want to do. Knowing what you want to create is honestly the biggest part of staying creative. If you don't have a vision, if you don't have direction, it's going to be really hard to stick with it. But if you know what you want to ultimately do, then it's going to influence you to keep doing that. So just keep after it. So this is my piece called Inevitable. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you listen, and I'll eventually get it on YouTube, I think. But this one was written for a project for a friend, and I was extremely happy with how it came out, and the creator of the story was also very happy, and that's the most important part of doing this. But this is where I live, right here. This is my creative space. This is where I sit down and I stop thinking, and I just do what comes naturally to me, and I write. So this piece, as you can see here, this is all of it, and it started out as 4 notes. It's 4 notes turned into all of this that you see here, and it was a long process. But I think the most important thing that I learned while I was writing this one is that persistence is the key to anything creative. This was an everyday thing for me for somewhere between 3 or 4 weeks, which is longer than I normally spend on a piece of music, but I felt it deserved the time and attention. Like I said, I don't think when I do this. I don't prepare, I don't plan. I kind of just let the music take control. And I'm not saying that planning is a bad thing, but I think that sometimes you just got to be open to the creative process, or you might look at it and think, I'm going to change total direction here. And being open to that part of the creative process is the best way to create something that is organic and something that connects with people on a human level, because that's the way we are. We frequently change because it's in our nature. It's in our nature to change, and with a piece of music, it's got to feel organic. Inevitable is the result of that, is just working it and reworking it and figuring out what it needs or what it doesn't need. And that ended up leading me to something that I ended up being happy with, and the person that I created it for was very happy with it as well. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching my creative process video. I hope it was insightful. If you want to know anything more, my contact info is going to be in the description. Please reach out if you have any questions or just want to talk about creative process or whatever it may be. Yeah, just let me know. Other than that, thanks so much, and just know that your support means the world to me. I couldn't do it without you. Thanks.